Obsessional today is your cover story from the recent Newsweek about sperm donors, which has scarred into my memory forever the phrase donorsexual. So creepy. What is that?
A donorsexual is a man whose sexual activity is exclusively donating sperm. And we don't mean frozen stuff in a clinic, we mean
Fresh.
Live, in person,
Creepy.
in a cup. Maybe in a coffee shop. Logistically, some of the handoffs are done in Starbucks. Convenient meeting place for all sorts of activity.
Tony, can I ask a question? How did you come to learn about donorsexuals?
Can't, no. I live in Brooklyn, and there are a lot.
Well, say no more.
And I have a 2-year-old, and my 2-year-old has many 2-year-old friends, and some of them have 2 mommies. And this is a known option in the sort of lesbian world. It's also an option for straight women, single women, because using a known donor who's free, who's donorsexual, cuts down on thousands of dollars of expenses that you would get at a bank, sperm bank.
So this is just sort of a response to the recession. We're gonna go live with Tony from down the street, kind of creepy, but all those tests and stuff. We're not gonna
it's a response to inadequate health care coverage. So women aren't going to get funding to do this sort of thing. It's also a response to how poorly some sperm banks are run. They have disease. They have donors with like 150 kids.
That was a horrifying detail from the story. That in some cases there are donors who have so many children that there's a risk of incest, inadvertent incest, because there are 100 kids in a community who don't know that they all have the same father.
And the other one, the detail that struck me was that the one donor who passed on a congenital aorta defect, which all of a sudden, you know, all his kids could drop dead any second. What's the recourse for that? Is this just sort of, you know, this is the luck of the draw, no way to test for that, or is all of a sudden he or the sperm bank culpable for that?
Well, I mean, there's going to be mutations in any genetic material, so the sperm bank's not culpable. But what these women who use known donors that are free prefer about the donors is that if there's trouble, there's a heart defect, they can contact the guy. You know, they have his email address, they had coffee with him, they exchanged sperm with him live. So he's a presence, right? Where with a medical issue coming up in a sperm bank situation, you have no way to get in touch with the actual donor.
I just I can't unfurrow my brow in all of this because I think it's wonderful on so many levels, but it's just so confusing to me. Can you just talk a little bit about the psychology of the donorsexual?
Yes,
why
please.
Men are drawn to this?
I mean,
to the exclusion of other sex is my big question.
Well, I mean, that's not industry wide. There are a few
that's
star
not a best practice.
donors.
That's good to know.
It's not a bullet pointed. You know, there are a few star donors who are donorsexual, but a lot of these guys they just want to have a lot of kids. You know, they donate sperm in a cup.
It's a primal impulse to
like
spread your
back
seed.
of the brain. You're a lizard. Let's just have as many babies as possible, kind of thing.
Awesome.
And you know, that's obviously not what they put in their profile. You know, there are websites where you can meet women who are looking for free sperm, and you know, in the profile you talk about altruism and your killer genes and
but if you are there's one subject who is a virgin donorsexual, a 36-year-old virgin. Doesn't that automatically shouldn't that disqualify you just on sort of psychological profile alone? Don't you think? I don't know if I really want to pass that on.
Or as a woman, I'm not sure that I want the other half of my child to come from a 36-year-old.
Oh, yeah, no, that's. I mean, from the discerning consumer of said seed, rather than, you know, clearly the other guy's got his own zip code. But I mean,
well, I mean, the guy that you're talking about has some qualifications that kind of stand out, right? He went to the Naval Academy. He works for a huge tech company. He's got a good job. He's in great shape.
Blueberry and almond shakes twice a day.
Fertility shakes. Fertility shakes.
What's in there?
Blueberry, almond, some sort of a flaxseed, I think. Always flaxseed. Whatever you're looking to produce.
That's the WD-40 of healthcare companies.
Yeah. So FDA is actually in that guy's bedroom now.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up with the final word.
Swimmingly.
That's good.
Nice one. I'm gonna go with seed.
Donorsexual. Gotta be. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. So creepy.
Yeah, totally.
But on the other hand,
and yet heartening.
I'm being